And my hobbies are listening to songs and reading books, and I love to dance. And I want to be an HR officer in my. That's my future goal. Yeah, that's pretty much up. Thank you.
Okay, amazing, Antara. Anybody else?
Can I go next?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay, so I am Khushi Jain and currently I am pursuing BCom honors. I am in my third year of pursuing BCom honors from St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, and I want to ace a good career in HR. So, like that is my future goal. For the time being, my hobbies are dancing and baking.
Okay, very nice, Kushi.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm presenting the screen to you all. Just wait for a minute. Hello, am I audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, obviously. Okay, so like, does anybody knows about the human resource management? Like any basic thing you have ever heard before this? If you know, you can answer this. Does anybody knows
Ma'am,
anything about human resource management? Yeah,
means managing the workforce of an organization.
yeah, right.
Human resource management basically means
Exactly. Okay, anybody else?
Those employees as
That's right. Okay. So human resource management carry out organization vision and goals, right? These also include, recruiting, hiring, compensating. So yeah, these are the concept of the human management. HRM may be defined as a set of policies, practice, and programs designed to maximize both personal and organizational goals. It is the process of binding people and organization together so that the objectives of each are or to be achieved, right? Or I have a question for you all. Like, does anybody knows like what are the purpose of the human resource management?
Yes, ma'am, to create serenity in the
ma'am,
Yeah, go
organization
for it.
and to recruit the talented employees for an organization as well as manage the organization in the best possible ways and also decide the salaries and negotiate with the
Yeah,
employees.
compensation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also solve any problem in the organization.
Yeah, okay, you were right. Okay. So basically, the future of the human resource management is like the company uses the the HR is to boost the job satisfaction and improve employees' performance, right? As you have said. And investing in employees and strategically supporting their needs can improve the job satisfaction and therefore greater success in their role within an organization. Okay, so that's the specific and the most important, purpose of the human resource management in any of the organizations. Okay. So what does human resource management include? So it basically includes the conducting the job analysis, planning human resource needs and recruiting job candidates, selecting the job candidates, orienting and training new employees who are like new to the company, to the organization, managing wages and salaries, that is compensating the employees, like providing them the salaries and incentives and all. And yeah, providing incentives and benefits, appraising the performance, communicating by interviewing counseling, sorry, training employees and developing managers, building employees relations and like engagement. So these are basically the main roles of the HR manager that do in any of the organizations. Okay. Characteristics of human resource management. So like these are the characteristics of the human resource management. Okay. हमें challenging let's start. Okay, so comprehensive function. So like किसी को पता है comprehensive function क्या है, मतलब human resource management में ये कौन सा characteristics है, what does it shows basically? Or what? Okay, so comprehensive function basically includes the job analysis, job design, hiring, recruiting, training and development of the employees, reward for the employees, and recognition of the organization, compensation and benefits, performance control or performance appraisal, administrative relations and managing work relations. So these are the basically the main or important things that include the comprehensive functions, and it is one of the most important characteristics of the human resource management. And also here it is written, it is concerned with managing people at work. It covers all types of people at all levels of the organization, that is top level, middle level and lower level. It covers all types of people at all the levels in the organization. It applies to workers, supervisors, officers, managers and other types of personnel. Okay. And okay, does anybody knows like about the people oriented in human resource management? Like what do you understand by the people oriented characteristics of human resource management?
Ma'am, people oriented can mean that the work of an HR is to, interact with people, the employees, and to listen to their problems, understand what they want,
Yeah.
and to tell them, like, according to the company's bylaws or the organizational rules and regulations,
Right, right, right.
just to interact with them and, help them.
Yeah, exactly. So basically like human resource management is people centered, right? They can managers can solve any problems faced by the any kind of problem, solve it properly, appropriately, right? People oriented human resource management is people centered and concerned with every employees from the top to the bottom level of management. Okay, so that is the people oriented characteristic. Okay, so HRM is concerned with employees as individuals as well as groups. It is the process of and the environment. It is the process of bringing people and organizations together so that their needs are met. Okay, problem till now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, now we understand the action oriented characteristics of human resource management.
Ma'am, maybe it means that if the employees facing with any problem. So,
Yeah.
if we talks about it with the to the HR, then
Supervisor
the
to the HR manager,
yeah
yeah.
HR manager action is taken promptly.
By the
I
managers.
might be wrong. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, right. Yeah, you were right. So, action oriented basically is a human approach to problem solving that emphasizes on action. Okay, it uses the records, rules, and procedures to solve the employee's problem with maximum possible satisfaction. See, because satisfaction for the employees is like very very important in any organization. क्योंकि अगर किसी भी एम्प्लॉयज को अगर सेटिस्फैक्शन ही नहीं है, अगर वो सेटिस्फाइड ही नहीं है अपने जॉब रोल से, अपने लाइक किसी भी चीज से, किसी भी अगर उसे प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा फेस करनी पड़ रही है किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तो ऑब्वियसली ही डजंट लाइक ही और शी डजंट वांट टू स्टे देयर, राइट? तो ये किसके लिए प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा? ऑब्वियसली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए, राइट? Okay. So, action oriented also focuses on providing an effective and timely solution to employees for any problems, tensions, and controversies faced by the organization, employees, right? Its motive is to seek to the like to further the organization by solving the employees' problem through taking the actions. So that's what the action oriented characteristic means. Okay. Okay. Where we had. Okay. So now we have the individual oriented. So in individual oriented, it is basically concerned with the development of each and every employee working in the organization by developing their skills, by developing their knowledge, by developing their capabilities, which like help in training the goals of the employees as well as the objectives of the organization, right? So under HRM, every employee is considered as an individual, so so as to provide services and programs to facilitate employee satisfaction and growth. Okay. So sorry. Now we have the development oriented. Okay, so what do you understand by the development oriented characteristics in HRM? Anybody can say?
Ma'am, it focuses on an individual's development, training processes, and also the work he needs to do in an
No, not
organization.
an individual. It does not only focus on individual. So that is the individual oriented, right? It is development oriented. It basically ये बेसिकली क्या करता है ना, हर एक चीजों को देखता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ओवरऑल लाइक एम्प्लॉयज की जो पोटेंशियल है, ना कि एक ही इंडिविजुअल की नहीं देखता, ग्रुप ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज की भी देख सकता है. ओके.
Yes, ma'am. I meant कि एक individual पे भी focus करता है. That was my point. I get
या
that.
एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू.
Yes.
Okay. So, development oriented is a characteristics of a HRM that continuously works together towards the development of employees. This is achieved through various tools such as training programs that helps employees enhance their skills, that also helps to enhance their knowledge, their capabilities, right? So the HRM features training, scheduling in advance to meet the current and the future growth requirements. Okay, that is the development oriented characteristics in HRM. Okay. Okay, so like what do you guys understand by the pervasive function? Like, have you ever heard this before? The pervasive function in like for HRM in HR field before?
Ma'am, HR is something which is required in every organization. So, managing human
Yeah, like
resource
every organization.
is
Yeah,
pervasive
every organization, but also at every like levels, at different levels of
level.
organization,
Yes, right,
right?
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So pervasive function of human resource is a function that presents in every aspect of the management. It involves the application of management functions and principles such as the planning, organizing, leading, controlling, also the decision making. Okay, so that is the pervasive function characteristic in HRM. So now we have continuous function. So in continuous function, management of human resource is an ongoing or never ending exercise rather than a one shot function. Okay, it requires constant alternate alertness and awareness of human relations and their importance in every operations. Okay, okay, so we all know the HR process is obviously the never ending and ongoing process, right? In like any organization, in either it is the smaller or the larger organization, it is always the never ending and ongoing process or exercise. Okay. Okay, so now we have the most important characteristics of HRM, that is the future oriented. So, does anybody knows about the future characteristic? I think you all knows
Yes,
about.
ma'am. The HR manager thinks about a long-term goal and
Yeah,
also focuses on a short-term goal. So, an HR manager needs to work in the present conditions with thinking about the future conditions.
yeah, right, right. Okay, okay. See, in HRM, we can say that the future orientation refers to accessing the human resource requirements for the future, right? For the future, also determining the future goals and the objectives and employing people to get the job done in future period of time. It only talks about the future, right? Like what will be the future development of the organization. Okay, now we have the challenging functions. So in challenging functions, human resource teams have how can we say that the HRM is the challenging function? Can anyone answer this? हम कैसे कह HRM जो है HR ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट एक चैलेंजिंग फंक्शन है किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए बिकॉज इट इज नॉट दैट इजी प्रोसेस इजी एक्सरसाइज.
Ma'am, it involves so many activities like orientation or onboarding, staffing. Then you have to maintain all the details
Yeah,
about the employees and their payrolls and everything. So it is a challenging
yeah,
process.
exactly. Okay. So challenging it is said to be the challenging function as the human resource teams have have many responsibilities, many roles in building a positive work culture, which is really definitely the most important thing in any of the organization. Okay, and offering the attractive compensation. However, we already knew that with great responsibilities come with the great challenges that can impact the effective human resource management in organization, right? Okay, so does anybody has any problem till now? Oh, amazing.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we don't need to study these characteristics as these are not that important. Okay, so now we'll study the functions of the human resource management. So basically, there are two functions of human resource management. First is the managerial function, and the other one is operating function. So let's start with the managerial function. So what is managerial function? What is managerial function basically includes? So it basically includes the planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Right, I think we have already knew about these like four managerial functions, that is the planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, right? We have already studied this before. Okay, but still, let's have a look on this PPT for the clarity. So, what is planning? So, it is the process of deciding the goals and formulating policies and programs to achieve the goals. In the area of HRM, planning involves deciding human resource goals, formulating human resource policies and programs, preparing the human resource budget, and etc. And then, what is the organizing? So, organizing is the process of allocating tasks among the members of the group, establishing author responsibility relationships among them, and integrating their activities toward common objectives. In this way, a structure of relationship among jobs, personal, and physical factors is developed. Okay, so now what is directing? So directing is the process of motivating, activating, leading, and supervising the people, that is the employees of the organization. And directing includes all the activities by which a manager or a supervisor influences the actions of subordinates. Directing also helps in building sound individually and in human resource relations in the organization. And what is controlling? So, controlling basically implies checking, verifying, and regulating to ensure that everything occurs in the conformity with the plans adopted with the instructions issued, right? And controlling the management of human resource management involves auditing, training programs, and analyzing labor turnover records, directing moral surveys, conducting separation interviews, and like many other things, many other like roles or responsibilities. Okay, so now we have the operative function. So operative function, we have like the five operating functions, that is the procurement function, development functions, compensation functions, integration function, and maintenance function. Okay, so let's start with the procurement function. So it is concerned with securing and employing the right kind and the proper number of people required to accomplish the organizational objectives. It consists of the following activities. Sorry. So first we have the job analysis. Okay, so like, do you have knowledge about the job analysis in HR?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Like job analysis is like what kind of roles and responsibilities the job has, and identifying the nature
Of the
of the
job.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. Okay, exactly.
Job analysis is a process of collecting all information like key roles and
Yeah,
responsibilities.
collecting all the roles and responsibilities or knowledge about the job of the particular job, right? Particular job in an organization. So, what is job analysis? So, it is the process of studying in detail the operations and responsibilities involved in a job, so as identify the nature and level of human resource required to perform the job effectively. Right? Job descriptions and job specifications are prepared with the help of information provided by the job analysis. Okay. Okay, so now we have the human resource planning. So human resource planning is the process of estimating the future and the present and future manpower requirements of the organization, preparing an inventory of present manpower, and formulating action programs to bridge the gaps in manpower, right? So that is the human resource planning. Next up we have the recruitment. So we all know it is basically the process of searching for required human resource and stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. And in selection, it implies judging the suitability of different candidates for jobs, for the different kind of jobs in the organization, and choosing the most appropriate one. Okay, सी ऐसे लाइक वी ऑल नो लाइक किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किसी भी रोल के लिए जो सिलेक्शन होती है तो उसमें बहुत सारे कैंडिडेट्स अप्लाई करते हैं, राइट? बट टू चूज द राइट वन इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट थिंग, right? So in selection, जो भी managers होते हैं वो basically like choose the best among the like various kind of candidates. उनको choose करना होता है most appropriate one, ताकि वो उनके organization के लिए like helpful हो for the long term stability, for the long term growth of the organization. Okay. And next we have the placement. So placement means assigning suitable jobs to be selected candidates so as to match employee qualifications with job requirements. And now we have the induction or orientation. As we know, it involves terminology, the sorry, the new employees with the company, the work environment, and the existing employees, so that the new people feel at home and can start work confidently. Okay. So the next function is the development function. So human resource development is the process of improving the knowledge, skills, aptitudes, and values of the employees so that they can perform their present and also the future jobs more effectively and appropriately, right? This functions comprises the following activities. Which are the activities? So that are the performance and potential appraisal, training, executive development, career planning and development. So what is performance and the potential appraisal? So it basically implies the systematic evaluation of employees with respect to their performance on the job and their potential for development. Okay. And training is the process by which can learn or no, employees can learn or gain the knowledge related to their jobs, or also learn new skills related to the jobs and attitudes to like further organizational and personal goals. And executive development is basically the process of developing the managerial talent through appropriate development. So it basically involves the planning planning the career of employees and also implementing the career plans so as to fulfill the career aspirations of the people. Okay, so that are basically the activities that comes under the development functions of the operating function. Okay, so now we have the compensation function. Okay, so like can anybody tell me what do you understand by the compensation function or the term compensation?
Compensation is a pay. Compensation is a payment paid by the employer to an employee for the work done.
It is basically the salary paid to the employees.
It is a financial or non financial rewards.
ma'am.
Hello, am I audible to you all now? Yeah, I'm really sorry. Actually, there was some severe network condition from my side. Okay, let's continue. I'm presenting the screen again. Wait. Okay, is it visible to you all? Okay. Okay, so we were at compensation function. Okay. What do you guys understand by the compensation function or the term compensation? Yeah. Hello. Okay. So compensation basically refers to the monetary payment given to an individual in exchange for their services. And in the workplace, compensation is like what compensation is basically what is earned by the employee towards the salary or the wages in an the employee's position. Okay, so that is the basic meaning of the compensation. Now, what is the compensation function? So, compensation function basically refers to providing the equitable and fair remuneration to employees for their contribution to the attainment of the organizational objectives. It also consists of the following activities, that is the job evaluation. Job evaluation is the process of determining the relative worth of a job. Job evaluation basically means like in any organization, there are the various levels of the managers. Okay, so performance, their role for the job in a particular department. Okay, that is the job evaluation. And what are the wages and salaries administration? So it implies developing and operating a suitable wages and salaries program. Okay, and now what do you understand by the bonus? Does anybody like ever? Am I audible to all now?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Ma'am,
bonus
actually,
is an
yeah.
incentive. Yes. Yes, Ashwarya, you
Okay.
can.
Yeah, right. Okay, so basically, a bonus involves the payment of in the form of famous bonus. So in 1965, as well as non-statary, you were right. It is basically the kind of the incentives which has to be organization. Okay. Okay. Now we have the integration function. What is the integration function? So it is the process of recalling. Uh, just wait for a minute. Please shut the door. Okay. Okay, so the concept of the integration function is like to generate the plan to reconsider the organization goals and also to manage the employees within the organization in an effective way, in an appropriate way, so that the employees' loyalty and information, performances will increase to a greater extent. That is the integration function in operational function. Okay. Okay. Now we have the maintenance. What is maintenance function? So it is concerned with protecting and promoting the physical and mental health of employees. For this purpose, several types of fringe benefits such as housing, medical aid, educational facilities, convenience facilities, etc., are provided to the employees. Pension, gratuity, disablement allowance, group insurance, okay, and health, safety, and organization. That is the maintenance function of the operating function. Okay. Okay. So now we have the role of the HR manager. Like, what are the different roles of the HR manager? HR manager, according to the different departments in on like in organization, right? So, as we already know, like in every department there are like the different roles of the different departments, right? So as in HR field there are the specific roles of HR manager according to their skills, according to their talents, their knowledge, also according to their education qualifications, isn't it? Okay. So let's have a look on the PPT. So, role of a HR manager as a specialist. What does the specialist HR manager do in any organization? So, the human resource manager is an expert, as in specialist. He advises the heads of the different functional departments on various aspects of human resource management, such as human resource selection, orientation, training, appraisal, compensation, etc. With his counsel and suggestions, functional managers can perform these functions successfully. And also, the HR human resource manager should provide the informations, the suggestions, and assistance in such a way that he is considered a source of help rather than a source of threat to a line managers. Right now, oh God. Now the role of the HR manager as an information source. So the human resource manager provides the valuable information about the labor market, labor laws, and other related areas such as such and like such information is very necessary for the formulation of the proper policies and procedures about the human resource, right? And he or she also serves as a like a record keeper and researcher to provide the required information for the required jobs for the required departments. Okay, so that is the role of the role of the HR manager as an information source. Now, the role of the HR manager as a change agent. So, the human resource management can serve as an internal change agent to initiate and spearhead necessary improvements in human resource practices. As a consultant, he or she can provide the necessary infrastructure and support for the organizational development. He or she can, like help in introducing and implementing major institutional changes in the organization. He is an innovator in human resource matters. To be an effective consultant, the human resource manager should be familiar with the needs and changing environments of the organization. Okay, that is the role of the HR manager as a change agent. Okay, and now the role of the HR manager as a controller. So the human resource manager assists line managers in the effective implementation of human resource policies and programs. He advises and services. His advice and services are essential for monitoring and controlling the progress. As an arm of the top management, the human resource manager ensures that the human resource policies and procedures approved and adopted by the management are consistently carried out in all the departments. Okay. Okay. So now we have the role of the manager as a license man. So, have you ever heard this word, the license man, in especially in the HR field? Okay, I have no issues. I'll tell you. So, like HR licenses are responsible for one or more program or the online systems to perform a variety of functions, including the processing employee time off, leave requests, timekeeping, benefits, enrollment, position descriptions, recruitment, also hiring, onboarding, new hire orientations, training and programming, also the performance management of the workers. So these are basically the main roles of the HR license in any of the organizations. Okay, so very often the human resource manager is asked to act as a linking pin between different departments, divisions of an organization. Okay. So, as a housekeeper, we all know the human resource management looks after the safety, health, welfare, etc. of the employees of the organization. And as a firefighter in union management relation, the human resource manager acts as a shock absorber. He is the management's defense against trade union activists. He acts as a troubleshooter. I'll explain you in detail about like the role of the HR manager as a firefighter. So basically, the top HR would have to an excellent firefighter, and all the levels of the HR should be like should must be prepared, how to like deal with their own fires, whether resulting from a payroll error, a lost medical claim, cockroaches observed in the cafeteria. I'm just like giving you the example, theft or the violence in the workplace, etc. Right? So basically, the specific role of the HR manager. Okay, so we'll not have to study these topics as it is not that much important. Okay. Now the last topic we have the competencies of the human resource manager. So competencies basically means the qualities of the human resource manager, like what are the different qualities of the human resource management. What should they carry? What kind of personality they should carry in any organization. Okay, we'll study. Okay. So first we have the educational qualifications. So in educational qualifications, a human resource manager should possess the following qualifications. That is the degree of recognized university, postgraduate degree or diploma in sociology or social work or human resource management, industrial relations, labor welfare, labor law, or MBA with like specialization in HRM, obviously. Right. These are basically the educational qualifications that the HR manager should carry with them. Okay. And the last we have a degree in law will be an additional or desirable qualification for the HR managers. And second, we have the personal attributes, which is the human resource management requires several personal qualities. Some of them qualities are given below. That is the intelligence. This implies the ability to understand depth of perception, etc. And then we have the communicative ability. Like this is the one of the one of the most important key for HR manager in organization, as they should know how to communicate with their employee properly. Then only like they will be able to solve their problems, their like controversies, right? So communication for the HR is must kind of attributes they should have. Okay, so in communicative ability, command over language, they should like know how to command over their language, ability to express correctly, listen ability to explain and interpret policy and programs clearly, so that they will not have to face any kind of problems, understanding the policies and programs regarding the HR department. Okay, so now we have decisiveness. It means the analytical ability, sound judgment, foresight, etc. And we have the human skills. It obviously involves an objective mind, empathy, the ability to discriminate between the right and wrong, insight into the human nature, etc. The teaching skill. It implies the ability to teach and train employees. Executing skill. It refers to the ability to implement policies and programs speedily and accurately. Not only speedily, but also but also accurately. And then we have the leadership skills. Again, one of the most important skills. One of the most important skill any HR manager should have to like carry with them, if they want like to grow their personality, if they want to like achieve the great success in any organization. Okay, so in leadership skills, it basically includes the ability to motivate. Like they should know how to motivate the employees, how to like increase their morale towards their works, right? Inspire them, inspire their confidence, and like win cooperation. Ability to create enthusiasm and initiative kind of nature, and unbiased attitude and organizational ability, etc. These are basically the skills for the HR managers, leadership skills. Okay, so now we have the training and experience. So training in industrial psychology, labor legislation, and industrial relation are very useful for a human resource manager. Also, experience in an organization helps him to create a patient approach, right? Kyuki, see, like in today's generation, like nowadays, it is like really important for like anybody, for any individual to gain like great amount of experience. Okay, great experience, great knowledge, also the training. Yeah, so that is one of the most attributes. And yeah, the professional attitude. See, HRM, like HR is basically the the field or the department. Okay, sorry, just wait for a minute. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the professional attitudes. So see, like the किसी भी लाइक मैनेजर के लिए अगर वो किसी हाई पोजीशन पे है तो उसके लिए ये भी इम्पोर्टेंट है कि लाइक दे शुड कैरी द प्रोफेशनल attitudes with them. Position high hai, but they don't have like the high kind of attitudes, the high level of personality. So like unka work like all will be on in vain, right? So it is really important for all the like supervisors or all the managers of like the HR managers to carry the professional attitudes toward their work, towards their employees, also towards their job. Okay, so that is the personal attitude. So HRM is emerging approach to the management of human resource is required in the global environment, right? या तो उनकी अगर प्रोफेशनल एटीट्यूड अच्छी होगी, उनकी प्रोफेशनल एटीट्यूड अगर हाई होगी तो उनको ग्लोबल रीच में भी हेल्प करेगी. Like they also help to reach the employees globally, also their organization. Okay, so that is the professional attitude. Okay, yeah, so that's all about today's session. I hope you all must be clear about all the topics we have discussed in the session about the human resource management. Also, I hope you all enjoyed the session. थोड़ी सी बस network issue हो गई. I'm really sorry for that. And okay, and if anybody has any problem in understanding these concepts, you can ask. Okay, I'm stop presenting the session. Okay, so does anybody has any problem till now? Just say yes or no.
No, no.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you all are like clear about all the topics we have discussed till here. Okay, so can we leave this session now? If you guys don't have any problem. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.